Right, cards on the table. You know, I'm a Chelsea fan. Here we go, behind me, Wenger and Mourinho fighting. Nothing strikes more fear into my heart than the concept of Arsenal winning themselves any European trophy, let alone the big ears, the European Cup, the Champions League. But that's my natural disposition as a rival fan. Arsenal have just embarrassed Real Madrid in the Champions League 3-0, and I must say, it doesn't matter how partisan you are, if you're a real football fan and you love the game, you got to be like, fair effing play. I got loads of mates who are Gooners, and I said to them, because there's a lot of, the naturally like the inferiority complex and fear of like, oh, it's Real Madrid, and I was saying, look, they've just lost 2-1 at home to Valencia, who've been really struggling. They've been shipping, like, they've turned into a brothel at the back. Anybody can score. Not to denigrate Arsenal's achievement here, which is massive, and I'm going to get into it today in this video. But, like, they were so get-atable, and Arsenal, even without Gabriel, they've got the best defence in the best league in the world. And provided they can structurally frustrate this Real Madrid, which they're massively capable of with like Arteta's pragmatism and robust system. But this, with how flimsy Real have been, they could do it, and boy did they do it. And let's be real, it is the story. I mean, it's the story of Arsenal and their achievement. But it's Declan Rice, who until this game, in the entirety of his footballing professional career, which he's played since he was 17 years old in the first team, he is 26. So nearly 10 years of first team football. He's never scored a direct free kick. He scored 2 in 13 odd minutes or something. 12 minutes. Incredible, and they were both very, very good. I'm going to look at them surface score in just a moment. It's there, and get into it, man. And again, I've got to be real, because what do you want from YouTube content creators on football? You want authenticity. I hate it, but you at the same time, because it's Real Madrid, there's everyone dislikes Real Madrid because they're the biggest club in the world, yeah? For any Real Madrid fans maybe watching this, the biggest club in the world, you're hated. The better you are, you become hated, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Chelsea fan, throughout our success, we became more and more hated. It's just how it works. It's the theatrical dynamics of top-level football, and I must say, I didn't manage to take enjoyment out of that. But we're going to get into it. Guys, thanks for joining me. If you're interested in my commentary and opinions on football, why not subscribe to this channel, Football Yannick. I upload every single day. You can be part of that. So why not subscribe? And hit the notifications bell, drop a like, all that good stuff. Yo, let's get into this game then. So 3-0 on the night, Mourinho scoring a great goal. The de facto makeshift centre forward. But it was all about the two Declan Rice goals. As you can see here, it was a pretty meh first half. If you look at this momentum meter here, over here, excuse me. So it was pretty even between Arsenal and Real Madrid. They both had sort of moments, bit bitty, sort of fouls given, not given, and then all the juice happened in the second half. And look at this, look at that, how they just saw that out. Nothing from Real Madrid. Petulant second yellow for Camavinga, who already knew he was suspended for the second leg anyway, so he just took that because he's just being a turd basically. In terms of the lineups, it's a 4-4-2 for Real Madrid. And look at these centre-back rankings. Vinny Jr. is on fraud watch, man. I'm sorry. Big time. They should just go all in for Haaland, play Mbappe in the left channel like he wants to play. And, I don't know, man. I swear, this guy's, he's not impressed me. He's really, really petulant at times. But these are good players. I mean, you are starting Modric, who's about to turn 40 soon. Camavinga in midfield. And Bellingham probably really isn't. He still didn't play badly out of this flank here. Well, out of he's the second highest rated Real Madrid player, actually, Bellingham, behind Kylian Mbappe. Bellingham won't be happy that he's sort of starting there or left pocket. He wants to probably be tip of the diamond like he did last season when he scored loads of goals for Real Madrid. We'll get to Arsenal, don't worry. Alaba at left back wasn't great. He was getting absolutely roasted by Bukayo Saka. And Valverde isn't I mean, they were out there. They were without their first choice fullbacks. It should be said. Chouameni's absent as well, who's important for them. But it doesn't. I mean, still, you're Real Madrid. You look at the players you're bringing in. You should be able to deal with this. I just want to say on this 4-4-2, like for English football, 4-4-2. When was the last time we high profile saw it? Off the top of my head, as a starting, this is our club's ethos. I can only think of Sean Dyche's Burnley with Wood and Barnes up front. But I swear it's different in La Liga. Of course, Real Madrid here, 4-4-2 with Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. But I was saying to my mate as well that the last time I can remember, after Luis Enrique, who's at PSG now, who's, one of the favourites to win the Champions League. When he left Barcelona, he obviously won the treble with MSN, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. Neymar leaves, and then Valverde manages Barcelona. He plays a 4-4-2 with Suarez and Messi up front. So it's like a sort of Classico, Super Galactico 4-4-2 rather than this sort of Brexit agricultural, keep it stubborn, play it into the channels. It's just funny because my perception of 4-4-2 now, obviously back in the 90s, it was everyone, and it's all that everyone played in the Prem. But since then, it's all 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, Cruyff, all some sort of variation of the back three system. But this Real Madrid that are playing it here, and that Barcelona side that won La Liga with it. So yes, Courtois still for my money, as much as I hate the big nose snake. He's probably, for my money, the best in the world. I thought Mbappe looked really good. There was a couple of moments in the first half where he was knocking it over Ødegaard's head. Really, really looking really, really great. But yeah, Raya in goal, good. Kirill coming in for Gabriel, and as you can see on the ratings of SofaScore, reflects the quality drop. But did his job. Lewis Skelly, really, really good player. Urian Timber, and of course Saliba. The midfield, I look at Partey and the form of Ødegaard this season, and I'd be a little bit worried. But Declan Rice had a man of the match performance. Not just because of the goals, and of course Marino flanked by Martinelli, who, even with his increased form, for me personally as an outsider, if Arsenal want to become the team they want to become, they need someone a little bit more akin to Saka's level on the left to chip in more. He's fast, Martinelli. Yeah, he got that really nice assist the other day. He is getting better. He is young, I think, still quite young. But from my outside perspective, I think Arsenal could do better as a left winger. I'm sure maybe some Arsenal fans would agree with me. But Declan Rice obviously scored the two absolute bangers from the 0.47 expected goals as well. But he's still only 27 passes. That does surprise me. But still 90% passing against Real Madrid, which is good. He got the two goals, one dribble attempt. Only did one ground duel. Okay, so he's maybe didn't have the general game I thought he did, but when you score those two goals, I mean, my giddy aunt, she's off her nut. Just quickly before I do, let's talk about the goals and then we'll talk about the stats. Moving on, two free kicks outside the box, obviously outside the box because it would have been a penalty otherwise. One of them, he whips around horizontally around the wall and sneaks in, and it moves right out. If you got right behind the ball, this is the ball, this is the post. It goes right out like it's going out, and it comes right. I mean, it's an amazing finish. It really is. The whip horizontally. It's the fact how this guy's never scored a direct free kick, and he's just done two different, because there was that. Chef's kiss. But then he just whips an absolute conventional bread and butter postage stamp free kick, where it's literally right in top bins, proper postage stamp, and incredible. Just absolutely incredible. He's almost like a player in Declan Rice. So he's a bit older. Obviously there's the £100 million midfielders. Obviously two at my club, which are 22 and 23 or something. I think Caicedo's 22. He's 4 years younger than Declan Rice. Caicedo's got the most tackles and interceptions in Europe or something. He's a sort of a little bit of the second coming of N'Golo Kante, but they got compared like Rice and Caicedo, but they're very different players. Rice has been sort of profiled at Arsenal that when he does his best work, he's sort of in that number 8 advanced role. And of course now he takes corners as well. He's really, clearly very good with a dead ball. But, both very, very different free kicks. Both very, very effective. Let's just look at the general stats. This is Real Madrid, guys, in the Champions League. Arsenal with more possession, which I wouldn't have been surprised if they had like 40% possession, Arsenal, because I think they could have comfortably played without the ball here, like as desired effect. 1.5 expected goals, obviously overperforming. They're scoring 3. Very, very disappointed Real Madrid will be with 0.5 XG. Again, against a good Arsenal side away, but they are without Gabriel. And they will feel like, they got, again, outshot by Arsenal. It's not even like Real Madrid were taking loads of pop shots. They just didn't get the chance, And Arsenal, again, more passes. It would not surprise me at all if this was the kind of game that Real Madrid had more passes, more of the ball, loads of shots, but Arsenal were like 2-0, thank you very much. But the 3-0, they are in dreamland, bro. They are in absolutely dreamland. They will, I think that, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think they'll win whoever wins out of Villa and PSG, is that correct? You'd sort of think that would be PSG, who would be a formidable opponent. I mean, this tie, I don't want to this tie's done, bro. Arsenal in the semi-finals. There's no way this Real Madrid team, if they're conceding multiple goals to that horrible Valencia side at the Bernabeu, Arsenal are scoring in the Bernabeu. Even if they just score 1, so 4-0 in aggregate, against this Arsenal defence, I think Real Madrid, they need to have a score rout. They need to tear Arsenal to pieces. They simply won't do that. Arsenal are through to the semi-finals. And it's an incredible achievement. And again, obviously bitter. I'm not going to pretend to be otherwise because it's not authentic. Bitter Chelsea fan, a degree of respect, and a large degree of enjoyment because it's Real Madrid. What do you think? Comment down below. Thank you as always for joining me and supporting my content. You can do so by liking and subscribing. And I hope to see you back here soon. Take care of yourselves. Peace.